The ingredients for this dish are really simple. It really just consists of some potatoes, some bacon, some onion, and then a few seasonings. We got some fresh garlic, olive oil, apple cider vinegar. You could use white vinegar if that's what you have. You could use champagne vinegar. I wouldn't use like balsamic vinegar because that'll kind of stain the dish. You'll need some parsley to finish, and then salt and pepper. So this isn't a very complicated one. To give you a brief overview of what we're going to be doing, the main thing is you brown up your bacon, you saute your onion to soften it in the bacon, and then you warm your potatoes through. I boiled these potatoes whole in like a lot of water. I had here about like 2.5 pounds of potatoes. Those were boiled for a little bit over 30 minutes. You basically want to boil it until the knife goes all the way through, nice and tender. So the first step really in preparing this is to chop up our bacon so that we can get that started. For the amount of potatoes I just showed you, you want like one 12-ounce pack of bacon. Basically, it's like 2 to 3 slices of bacon per potato. Basically, these slices are going to be a little bit too long, so I'm going to stack them up just like that. You can see like a long stack. You want to cut across twice per stack. All the way through. I have like this Inception style cutting board on top of a cutting board. And you want them to be like that size. Put it straight into our frying pan. Turn the heat on and let that cook. You want this to cook actually at a pretty low heat. This is one of those dishes where it's crucial to have a wooden spoon. You don't want to be banging this with a metal spoon, so... Alright, I'm just gonna make sure that the bacon is touching. As it renders out, you just want to break them up. Right now that you have these kind of little stacks of bacon lardons, you want those to break up, but it's not going to until the fat melts a little bit. So just give it a second. Just try to spread it out as much as you can at this point. Like I said, cook it at like medium low heat. That's where I have it right now. I have it set at around a 4.2 on this scale. And in the meantime, we'll work on chopping our onion. Onion's pretty simple. Just go across. We've chopped onions here before. You basically want to make the onion the same size as your bacon is going to be after it's cooked. So you kind of have to have a little bit of foresight. The need for this cutting board on cutting board is going to make sense in a minute. So for the onion, you want a kind of decent sized mince. So now watch. As we cut this, you want like a dice, just like that size. So go down, down. And we just repeat with this onion. Next we have our garlic cloves. Per 2 potatoes, a decent sized garlic clove. These are going to be simple. Take off the little stem, peel it. Alright, for the cloves, smash, run the knife through. A decent chop is okay. You don't need very small mince. You don't want to bite into big hunks of garlic either though, so be reasonable. And it's okay if it lives with the onion. They're going to get added at the same time to this dish. And I'm really hacking this thing apart. That's good enough. Stir the bacon a little. That's cooking pretty fast. I'm going to actually turn the heat down a bit. The idea is now this is ready to be added, so I'm just going to set this aside. No need to dirty any extra dishes. Potatoes. So you notice I have most of mine already peeled. I left one so I could peel it for you. After you boil them, the skin should just actually peel right off. You don't really even need a knife for this. You could use a spoon, or you could even use your fingers, really. That's the best way to do it. You get the least waste that way, but I like to use a knife just because it's quicker. You guys have places to be, just like I do. Who am I kidding? I got nowhere to go right now. There you go. It's alright if you leave a tiny bit. You can just take it off with your fingers. It's all garbage. Now these guys here, you don't want these to be chopped too small. So I would say once across, and then maybe like 3/4 of a centimeter thick. So just like that. I'm actually going to use the same container. So I'll do another one for you. Just run your knife through all of them. That's all the potatoes. I'm going to put them in here and we'll chop the parsley. Now for the parsley, I would say like a good bunch like that is just fine. You don't want a lot, but this is definitely going to add some flavor. Get rid of the stems. Bring your parsley up into a bunch. I would say this is probably about 1/2 cup, and give it a nice chop. You don't want it too big. This is going to be like how we finish it. And nobody really wants to bite into big hunks of parsley. So give it a good chop. Run your knife through it. Just like that. There you go. So like a good chop. It's okay if it's not even. And you see right about now, our bacon is ready. Like when it's crispy like that, get it out. Right onto a paper towel. Use a slotted spoon. You don't want to lose too much of this oil. That oil is all the flavor. It's hard to do with one hand, guys. In the same bacon fat, go in with your onion and garlic. Now this might seem like a lot of fat, and it is, but remember, we got like 2.5 pounds of potatoes. It's gonna be okay. Trust me, it's gonna be fine. We may not even add any extra olive oil at the end of this. Now you want to cook this down until it softens, not caramelizes. So just a couple of minutes. And you can scrape the pan. All that nice bacon fond that you've been creating by sauteing the bacon, you can lift that up. And we're actually going to deglaze in just a second too. What we're basically doing is making a warm vinaigrette that we're going to toss the potatoes in. The potatoes are going to suck up that vinaigrette and get all nice. This is also a good reason why to use a wooden spoon, because scraping up the bits at the bottom is actually a lot easier with wooden utensils. You see it, they're softening up. I would say maybe like 4 minutes. You don't want them to get caramelized, you just want them to be nice and soft. They're actually going to provide a little bit of a textural contrast against the soft potatoes. Go in with your apple cider vinegar. Just be careful when you do this. You want about 1/4 cup per pound. So probably about 1/2 cup total. At this point, turn the heat off. So there you go. It's thickened a little bit because you got the vinegar interacting with the cellulose from the onions. That's fine. When you add the potatoes, it's going to thicken even more because potatoes have a lot of starch in them. Off the heat. Go right in with the potatoes. Use a nice big pan for this and give it a stir. In fact, before we stir, this is critical. Salt. You probably want like 1 to 2 tablespoons. This is going to suck up the salt. And don't forget, bacon has some salt in it already, so salt. Do a little bit of salt and pepper now, and then adjust the taste at the very end after you add everything back in. All right. So back on the burner that's warm. Just toss it. Now you don't want to kill the potatoes. Like you're not making mashed potatoes here. You're just making potato salad. Just mix it gingerly. You notice the color starts to change a little. And now is also a good time to add back your bacon. As everything comes together, the bacon is going to soften because it's going to hit a little bit of the liquid. Your potatoes are going to suck up some of that dressing. I'm noticing it's drying up quite a bit. So you know what I'm going to actually do? Before anything, you're going to taste it. So far, so good. I need a little bit more, and believe it or not, we need a little more fat. So I'm going to cut this with a little olive oil. Probably about 1 or 2 tablespoons. And believe it or not, I'm going in with even more salt. Potatoes are pretty bland, guys, pretty bland. Now what did I forget? I forgot the parsley. Notice the color changed already. In my opinion, this is a dish that's best served warm, but you could refrigerate this and either serve it cold, or you could actually re-warm it either in the microwave or just in a non-stick frying pan for just a couple of minutes. If you're gonna do it that way on the stove, add like a tablespoon of water and just let it cook down just a little bit, just so that like you don't want to get the potatoes to have any color. So let's bite into the final version. I'm gonna try to get a bite that has a little bit of everything. There we go, look at that. You got some nice parsley going on. You got your onions, your bacon, your potatoes, good texture. What'd they say in Twins? Over the lips and through the gums. Look out, tummy, here it comes. It's so good. We got Pavarotti in the other room there. What I like about this is it's tangy, so it's not like your typical creamy potato salad that you find at a picnic or a barbecue or whatever. It's definitely more of an interesting dish because of the fact that it's got that vinegar. I like using apple cider vinegar, but the classic is actually white vinegar. So don't hesitate if you don't have apple cider vinegar around, just use white vinegar. So potatoes, bacon, vinegar, and then some onions and garlic to season it out. Excellent. So today we're actually gonna be eating these with burgers. So I'm gonna make a hamburger and serve this German potato salad on the side. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. If there's any recipes you want to see me tackle here on the channel, leave a comment down below. I take notes on everything that you guys comment on, so that'll help me kind of tailor the content to what you guys want to see. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification bell to get notified when new videos are posted. I'm going to put up here on the screen some other videos and playlists you should check out. If you like this video, check out some of those. Thanks a lot for watching. We're going to see you in the next video.